Tonight we're going to start with a story that has some images that many of you may find disturbing. 4 families tonight in this country are grieving because in the last week each has lost a child in hunting accidents. A 14-year-old boy in Wisconsin was killed on Thanksgiving Day. His 12-year-old cousin accidentally shot him in the back. Another 14-year-old boy was killed Sunday in North Dakota while hunting deer with his father. Also on Sunday in Florida, a 10-year-old boy accidentally shot and killed a 13-year-old while they were hunting with a group of adults. And Monday in Ohio, a 15-year-old boy accidentally shot his 12-year-old brother. They were hunting deer. Now, hunting, of course, has been a part of American culture from the start. And most hunters never get hurt, of course. But what you may know is that fewer children are taking it up. That has the hunting industry worried and, in fact, trying to recruit more kids to carry guns and join the hunt. Here's Jonathan Freed.
Before dawn on the plains of Montana. It's cold, and so is Danielle Fechner. She's a bit sleepy, too.
Go right down the fence line. There's 2 deer standing down there.
But it doesn't matter, because Danielle's being driven by the excitement of a rite of passage. She recently turned 12 and can now hunt legally in the state, along with her father, Steve, and her 13-year-old sister, Serena.
I just see the deer. I see the white spot.
They're stalking deer.
What did it feel like the first time that you held a gun?
It was kind of scary, but then you get used to it.
Scary, oh my God, I have a science test tomorrow that I didn't study for?
Different kind of scary, like knowing that that could kill something.
The Fechner girls are serious about hunting. It provides food, lets them spend time with their family, and connect to its history. The girls use their great-grandfather's guns.
Do you see it?
This time, it's big sister Serena who ends up making a kill.
You got him.
And gets to pose for the trophy photo.
Look right over here.
There are a lot of people, you know, who their biggest thing that they're waiting for is to get their driver's license. That's next, I'm guessing, for the 2.
I want that too, yeah. It'd be nice.
But if you had to choose between the 2?
Yeah, I'd choose hunting. You can't eat a car. You can eat a deer.
The guy with the video camera is Kevin Hoyt. He's a friend of the family and a crusader for the cause of hunting.
We're fighting a losing battle. We're in the 11th hour, and we've got to do something now if we're even going to have a prayer of trying to save and preserve this wonderful sport.
Hoyt says hunting is in crisis because not enough families are like the Fechners, passing the sport down to their kids. During the 1980s, about 17 million people called themselves hunters, but the hunting industry says the number of hunters in America is now dropping, and that hunting could virtually vanish from America by mid-century if something isn't done to save it.
What would be missing from society if hunting, as it's been, stopped?
Discipline, patience, respect. There's a number of things that come from hunting. When you spend time with a kid in the woods, it's the perfect time to talk to your kids about sex or drugs or all the other important issues out there. And it's an opportunity for your kids to talk back.
Hoyt also insists the demise of hunting would damage the environment because most conservation money comes from hunters through the sale of licenses.
We're the ones that are saving and protecting and restoring habitat. We're the ones transplanting endangered species and reintroducing species to make sure they're here for our future.
So, he's on a cross-country mission to inspire young hunters and their parents. His tour includes classrooms.
Why would we possibly hunt? How about in the back?
The hide for clothing or something?
The hide, sure.
In schools receptive to his message. Kevin Hoyt may travel solo, but he's not alone in his concern. Anxious that tradition could fade away and worried about losing the economic benefits of this $20 billion a year sport, politically active pro-hunting groups are also seeing children as the solution to keeping hunting off the endangered species list.
About half the hunting population, roughly 45%, are between the ages of 35 and 54. That's older than we would like it to be.
Rick Story is with the United States Sportsmen's Alliance, a group that's joined with other pro-hunting organizations to fund youth recruitment drives and to push for the loosening of state laws limiting children's participation in hunting. Story says the biggest obstacle to recruitment is the 20 states that are keeping kids out of camouflage by setting minimum age requirements, many at 12 years old. Story calls it arbitrary.
For some children, it might be 7 or 8. For other children, it might be 9 or 10. But shouldn't it be a parent and not the government that makes that determination?
You want to get a big one?
Yeah.
Jonathan Weekman's only 9, and he's out hunting for the first time during a youth hunting weekend put on by the state of Ohio.
Go ahead, buddy.
He's revved up and ready to go.
I like sitting here waiting to see a deer come up and then taking the shot and it just makes me happy to see it go down.
Studies show the younger hunters start, the more likely they are to stick with the sport.
When do you take your safety off?
I'm getting ready to shoot.
Supporters insist it's safe.
Ping pong has more injuries than hunting does.
Yeah, but if an accident happens in hunting, it tends to be larger than a ping pong accident, no?
That is very true, but because of guys like myself, the thousands of volunteer hunter education instructors spread all across the country, hunting incidents are at an all-time low right now.
Children and young adolescents lack the emotional maturity to be able to make that split-second decision of when to fire a gun. These are all pretty much hunting accidents that have taken place.
Heidi Prescott of the Humane Society of the United States argues that if we have age limits for driver's licenses, we should have them for a sport involving firearms. And it should be at least 15 or 16 years old.
Their argument is that younger hunters are statistically the safer hunters because of the supervision.
Even one hunting accident is one accident too many, and already this year there's been hunting accidents where youth were involved, so it's not a safe sport.
Despite predictions by anti-hunting groups that the sport is doomed, no matter what's done to try to save it, the hunting industry is determined to encourage the next generation. 9-year-old Jonathan didn't bag a deer on his first day out, but he did spot a doe. He fired, but the animal escaped.
Good job, Peter.
5 other kids in town were successful shots, like 11-year-old Tina,
You shot it with what?
20 gauge.
20 gauge shotgun?
I think
who named her 200-pound buck Bob.
It doesn't matter if it's big or not. It just matters that you had fun and you got your first deer.
Back in Montana, the Fetchners are dining out
Chow time.
on their children's shooting success. They've put venison on the table, and it's food this family does not take for granted.
Is this something that you want to pass down to your kids?
Yeah. Definitely.
Really, you know that already?
Yep.
Jonathan Freed, CNN, Havre, Montana.